I don't know how to start this, okay? So guys, look, YouTube's been fun and all, but I think I'm just gonna shut down the channel. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so look, on some real shit though. The video we're gonna be talking about today, again, pertaining to women because we can't get enough of them. We love to talk about them. So, here's a little quote that I have from a teacher a long time ago, back in my 8th grade year. And she was talking to us, and she said, you ever notice how you, you know somebody at first, you don't find them so attractive, and then all of a sudden you start to get to know them, you start to get to know their personality, and all of a sudden they become more beautiful? I don't know if that happens to y'all, but when she said that, I was like, damn, that actually does happen to me. And a bunch of guys were like, nah, and I was like, yeah. So it was like, that clicked with me. I was like, damn. And then the other day, it kind of like showed up again in my life in a way where there was like a girl that I'm decent friends with, and you know, she wasn't like the most attractive person at first, you know, like she was okay looking. I didn't really take her up as beautiful or as aesthetic or anything like that. And then after like a few pretty good conversations with her, I don't know, like as we started to get to know each other and kind of just be more comfortable around each other and really just seeing what she's all about, all of a sudden, like, I started to like feel like, wow, like she's actually really fucking hot. Like, how did I not notice this before? And it brought me to that realization, like, holy shit, like, it's not me being focused on her aesthetic, right? I'm not even being focused on the fact that she's I'm not even focused on the fact on whether she looks all that great or not. She's glowing. She's radiating this beauty to me because of what I know, like what I'm seeing, what I associate her as, right? And that shit got me fucking thinking, like, when that happens, we're not even focused. It's like when we see a woman through her personality, she becomes more attractive to us because we've learned who they are. And I'm not trying to I don't know. I'm trying to say this in a way where it's not some fucking fantasy. I'm trying to keep it as real as fucking possible with y'all. Like, here's a woman that we know, right? She ain't the best looking female that we know, or, you know, maybe you flip the script. I'm gonna take it how you want it, and you get to know them, and because of who they are and how that interests us, the interest that we have in what they do and how they act and who they are is what's making them come off as more beautiful to us. Do you see how that makes sense now? It's not that all of a sudden they just got more pretty, right? It's not because they put fake eyelashes on. It's not because they put foundation that day. It's because we actually fucking know them. It's because we've looked past the skin. We're actually looking past the physicality, the aesthetic. This is what we call loving what's on the inside, not what's on the outside. Oh shit, stay woke, kids, right? When you know who she is, right? When you vibe with a woman, right? When you know what she's about, when you know what she's kind of with, right? You rocking with her because she does certain things. Like, let's say like you're in the video games and she's in the fucking video games, and let's say y'all just like absolutely fucking click when it comes to video games. Or maybe you're a car guy and you fucking absolutely love cars, and she has some sort of fascination about her and mechanics and shit like that, and you're just like, boom, you're clicking somehow, right? Common ground, stuff like that. It's the personality. Or like you just see a girl in general and what she does, how she acts, right? On sight, you wouldn't even think about doing shit with her. But now because you know her, you're like, whoa, I'm actually kind of like feeling you a bit, babe. Like, you kind of glowing right now, huh? Why don't you come over here for a second? Give me a taste, love. Right? Because it's not even, you're not focused on this outside perspective anymore, right? It's the first impression gone. Like, it's not about that. You've learned to look past it. Although you're looking at the outside, you're able to visually, you're not even visually, I guess it like affects the visual perspective, but what's the fucking word, man? Right? You're not looking at the outside because of what you know them as. I guess, like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying, right? You're seeing the beauty from the inside, and it's radiating on the outside, right? It's just there. So, my point is, ladies, you're all beautiful. Like, really, like, a lot of us guys, on first sight, we may not think that you're that pretty. And it's just an honest truth. But I guarantee you, when you take certain guys that know how to love what's on the inside, you know what I mean? Why am I stumbling so much, right? It's not about how good you look at that point. Because if you click with them and you vibe with them, bro, like, that's why it's so much better to go for a girl that you have common ground with. And this is the other point I'm trying to lead to. Men have become, a lot of us, even myself, I've become guilty of this. We have this, I get that you have to be physically attracted to the woman. That happens when you learn to love from the inside, because it's just so fucking beautiful. It's somehow her personality, just like, nothing changed about her physical attribute. It's just all of a sudden you admire her physical attribute as much as you admire her inner attribute. It like kind of just comes together, right? It becomes a part of her that you actually see her as that. It actually manifests her, right? And men, we want to go for the supermodels, right? We want to go for the aesthetic goddesses. We want the Kylie Jenners. We want the fucking Jennifer Lopez's. We don't want no average looking chick, right? That's what a lot of us would say. Or at least a lot of us would think, right? We don't want no 6s, no 7s. We want the 9s and the 10s, right? Why? Because they look good, bruh. First off, it's probably because you watch porn. So now your expectation is just unrealistic as shit. But the reality is that there's a goal, right? There's a status, there's an ego stroke with this, right? When you can get a woman who looks good, it rewards us, right? Think about it. If I gave you a beat up Civic versus a Lamborghini, which one are you going to feel more proud about having, right? The Lamborghini is clean, it looks nice, it's got a high status, it represents a lot with it. The Honda, it's beat up, it's old, right? It's a 2002, but I mean, it runs fine, but it's got a lot of miles on it. The Lamborghini only got 100,000. I mean, like, come on now. I want the Lamborghini. It makes me look better. It makes me feel better, right? It becomes materialistic, right? When we want a woman that's in the 9 or 10s, are we really taking a woman in the 9 or the 10s because we fuck with her? Or are we taking a woman from the 9s and the 10s because it's success, right? It's what we define as you've succeeded because you've got a 9 or 10 woman, right? The fuck? Like, are y'all hearing this? Like, this shit really goes on. I'm not bullshitting y'all. I'm not just making some fucking voodoo magic to you. Like, this shit really happens. And the guys that are listening, I know y'all want to deny it right now. I know. And most of my viewers are guys. So I'm probably going to lose subscribers out of this shit. We're in this place. What time am I at? 9:34? I'm good. Yeah, I'll talk for like 5 more minutes. All right? We're attached on this idea that we got to get these 9s and 10s, and what for? Right? Because settling for a 6 or a 7 or maybe even a 5. But let's think about this for a second. Do you even know this motherfucker? And you also have to ask yourself the questions about, are you just looking to tap that ass like I was doing, or are you looking to actually Share a life with her? Like, what's going on here? What's the exchange? Are you in love with her because of her? Or do you just want her to be yours so you can go ahead and put your arm around that while everybody looks and say, yeah, this mine. This my woman. The key word is my woman. It's you become owning of it, right? You've snatched it because it looks pretty. It looks aesthetic. Now, there are a lot of things in life. That's materialism right there. You're trying to obtain a material, not a fucking human, right? That's all you view them as. And I think beauty does aesthetic beauty does a really good way of clouding us sometimes. And we end up not even giving a fuck about what they care, what their ambitions are, what they want to do. We're just like, hey, if they got a fat ass, nice tits, and they look nice, bro, I'm cuffing it, right? It's my pussy to fuck. It's my shit to get inside. Nobody else can have it. And I know like y'all motherfuckers want to say you lying, but this shit is true. At least for some people. At least for some. Because I know I'm not the only one out here. Yeah, I'm not trying to accuse anybody, but I know I'm not the only one who has that mindset. See past that shit. Alright? I challenge you to look past these 9s and 10s. Look past the context of, oh, does she look fine? Being the determining factor on whether you gonna cuff or fuck or not. Like drop that shit to the side for a second and learn to fucking like see beauty from the inside. And I know it sounds cheesy and corny as fuck, but when you really do, you start to realize how beautiful women you start to realize how beautiful human beings are. Right? It's no longer this whole predicament of, oh, you're just, I mean, I would, right? I'm gonna be frank with y'all, man. A lot of the times we don't take up some women is because we don't see them as physically good enough, right? I mean, let's be real. I've done that to a few women before. I've felt ashamed to admit that I have fucked with women before because in my book they were like a 3 or a 4 to me, and I was scared that people were gonna lose respect for me and make fun of me for being with a woman like that I had desired truly. Well, not really truly, but kind of lustfully. But I was ashamed to even admit that shit at all. Now I don't give a fuck. Like, it's just, yeah, I did fuck with her. It was what it was. Damn, son, what the fuck is wrong with you? I saw something. You know? Like, stop with the materialism bullshit, man. Stop materializing women. Stop going for this physical. Yeah, I guarantee you, physical attraction is necessary. I understand. Like, hands down, physical attraction is needed. But what good does it fucking do when that's all there is? And I guarantee you, when you learn to see beauty from the inside, right? When a woman's personality when you know a woman's personality, or when you kind of, when you get to know these women, right? And not basic shit. I'm not talking about, oh, she likes this. Well, I'm not talking, when you have deep conversation, when you get true connections with women, and you're just you're really able to understand them, it really just brings out something about them that you didn't even fucking see. You're like, whoa, how did I ever think that you were ugly? Like, that's how you're gonna know, because you know that you're seeing through the beauty. You know that you're seeing through the aesthetics, and you're actually seeing the beauty inside. When you start to realize, wait, how did I ever think she was ugly? Like, she's actually like, she ain't bad. Right? Like, you know, there's so many women out there, honestly, women, y'all want to be beautiful, just be open. Like, straight up. If the more open you are about your personality and who you are, like, look, the whole Instagram selfie, that's cool, but let's be real. When it only comes down to physical attraction, what happens? It only comes down to lust, right? You know what I'm saying? Be true about your personality. Like, that's hands down number one. Like, if you're not open about who you are, and men don't see that, I guarantee you, the authentic ones are gonna drop you. I mean, the authentic ones are gonna pass by, and you're gonna get the guys who treat you like dirt. Just straight up, because that's all they want. When you're authentic, it's actually kind of weird. It's kind of funny, because when you're real about who you are, you drive away the people that don't like it and don't need to be there, and all of a sudden the people that like were supposed to be there, that actually do what you do, that like what you like, that actually vibe with you, start to come in. It's weird, right? When all of a sudden you drop this whole fucking need to mask yourself and be so conscious about whether someone's gonna cuff you because you're looking fine, right? Instead of being so conscious about, can I be a 9, can I be the 10, and then you just drop that and you just kind of let your personality flow and you're being authentic, the people that don't need to be there and the people that were never down for you, the people that don't even need to be in your life, they somehow vanish. They hurt. It hurts at first because you're so used to it. You're like, oh, they don't like it. They don't like it. Oh, and then all of a sudden these new people start coming in, and then they like it, and they're like, wow, fucks with you, and then you fucks with them, and all of a sudden it's like, wow, I didn't get that with them. I didn't feel like I was truly being accepted. These people, I actually feel like they fuck with me. Like, I don't feel paranoid about who I'm with. Like, this is my crowd. These are my people. And hell, if nobody accepts you, who gives a damn? Because at the end of the day, being real beats being with people who don't give a fuck about you. You know what I'm saying? And I get, and before some of the women try to jump on, well, that's not all of us. I'm not talking about all y'all. I'm just saying some of y'all. The ones who do know who I'm talking to. Because y'all are sitting here watching the video. What time am I at? Fuck, I made this way too long. Okay. So yeah, we're going to wrap this up. So women, be authentic with your personality and you will attract the right man. And men, drop the status shit. Drop what people think of you. Drop what people gonna think of your woman. Like stop making it some sort of materialistic reward of, I got this woman and she's mine. Right? Like, drop that shit, dude. Like, we don't give a fuck. You know, like, it's not, like, at least I don't, dude. Like, it shouldn't even be about that. Right? It should be about a genuine vibing love. Not, I got some woman that's sexy as hell, and like, who gives, what does that fucking have to do? You know, like, say goodbye to that in like 5 years unless y'all actually genuinely vibe with each other. You know what I'm saying? Lust is one of the 7 deadly sins, and you're falling right into that trap, kid. And not only that, it becomes an egotistic thing because it's a status. There's a status that's carried with you having a hot woman, right? I know they're fucking, like, don't even bullshit that. You know? So drop this shit. You know, let that shit go and learn to love through their personality. It sounds corny, but when you do it, when you genuinely understand how it works, and I'm going to explain in another video because I don't have time here, you'll see the beauty.